Going to the game, I'm going to be playing Mundo Jungle and test the new items on him. In this matchup, we're currently up against Rengar, and in a Mundo versus Rengar, since this is a burst type Rengar due to first strike, then this should be advantageous for us since we're building tank, and any time of the day, tank counters a burst type build. The only time Rengar can win is if he ganks my teammates and bursts them, since as a tank, if my teammates are dead, I wouldn't be able to do anything myself. So what I want to do is to be able to farm properly, look for those team fights, and peel for my team. The clear that I'm doing is a blue side clear into most likely a full clear but can flex depending on the situation. The reason why I started on the top side rather than the bot side is because I'd like to path towards his Irelia, which is a champion that tends to be aggressive and overextend. And whenever there's someone that wants to be aggressive, that's a perfect opportunity to punish them as a jungler. I can also path towards the top lane, but it's gonna be a bit harder to gank since we're gonna be reliant on Pyke hitting his hook. That's why overall, it's much safer to path towards the bot lane. One thing that people don't know about Dr. Mundo is that his initial clear is actually really fast and can be compared to the likes of Vi or Eve. One full clear plus Cutler for Dr. Mundo, if when optimized, can be at the 155 mark or even faster. Top lane, a clash happens, Rengar gets a really good gank off, and our duo lane gets taken down. That's why instead of going for the red buff or the scuttler, we immediately run to Rengar's blue and try to get some counter jungle in so that we can get a bit of an advantage in the bottom side. Once we take this, the scuttle is now up and we should be able to get this for free. As you can see, Dr. Mundo's clear is quite simple, but it's really effective since his first skill deals damage based on HP. Rengar shows up, a 1v1 happens, but we have our passive to mitigate the crowd control, and he knows that he can't win the fight. We go back to our jungle and start clearing the red buff so that our ganks will be a bit stronger. Rengar is most likely still at the bottom side, so our top lane should be good for now, but if they get taken down again, it might be a lot harder to win this game. When playing Mundo, the most important thing is that you're able to hit your first skill for the poke and peel for your teammates. After going for a full clear, I wanted to see if I can gank bot, but looking at the wave state and Akali recalling, we'll just go back and buy our items. Bami Cinder plus the Giant's Belt will help us get our Titanic Hydra faster with the burn damage that the Cinder gives. I was thinking about going for the Heart Steel first item because it's something that you want to stack ASAP, but looking at the components, Ruby Crystal is not a recommended first item for jungle players because you want to clear the jungle as fast as possible. Another gank happens mid lane, Syndra Rengar, quite a good combo. They're able to punish our Annie, and this is one of the problems with Dr. Mundo as a champion. Even though you can clear the jungle pretty fast, your ganks are not exactly the strongest since you don't have that much burst damage or engage potential. The best thing you can do is just run it down. Hopefully your first skill is able to hit and try to burst them at the soonest possible time. As you can see here, as much as I want to take down this Syndra, there's no way I can get close unless I flash in, which is gonna be risky since I know that the Rengar is there. What we do instead is we just zone her away from the creeps so that our Annie can farm. Going back to our jungle, Scuttler is almost gonna be up, and the best thing about Dr. Mundo is securing this Scuttler since our first skill plus Smite can deal a bit of burst damage. Another thing about Mundo that's really good is his passive, making him immune to the first crowd control. It's like he has an innate Banshee, which is very annoying for squishy targets with crowd control, such as Lux, because in the team fights, they wouldn't be able to do anything against me. We see that the Rengar is recalling at the top side. We cover our Annie so that she doesn't get bursted again, and then we go back to buy our Titanic Hydra. Titanic Hydra is really good on Mundo because the item scales with HP, so the more HP we have, the more damage that it gives. Combining it with the Heart Steel that can provide us with unlimited HP, this is gonna be such a good combo. Our Akali dies in the bot lane, and here, we try to go for a gank to the Irelia, pop our ultimate even with the smite slow, and this is the problem. Even though we're immune to CC, we just don't deal enough damage to take someone down. When playing with Mundo, you wanna be at low HP so that you could get more damage with the use of the third skill. So instead of taking down the Irelia, we put her low, and Pyke is actually doing a good job helping our mid laner, getting a 2-for-1 trade, and with this, since they have no jungler, we should be able to get Rift Herald for free. Akali takes it, but it's fine. What's important is that our carries can get their items faster. When playing Dr. Mundo, as I said earlier, you just want to soak as much damage as possible to buy space for your teammates. Akali summons Herald at the bot side, gets solo plates, and here, we might be contesting the dragon. I'm just waiting for our Baron lane to arrive before going for this objective. Use our first skill to poke the Rengar, force the Lucian ulti, which is good, and beautiful Pyke hook. Even though the Rengar was able to second skill, he kinda mistimed it, still gets stunned, and immediately gets punished. With their jungle down, we can start this dragon and hope my teammates win the team fight at the mid lane. Looking good so far, even though we might die, getting a 1-for-4 exchange, which is really good. The most important thing here is that we're able to get the dragon. Akali gets a triple kill, and in this team fight, we're able to get the lead that we want. Good job on my teammates on being able to pop off and get their items. After taking the dragon, we go back to our own jungle and go for another full clear. One thing about Mundo is that he is not tanky in the early game. I can compare Mundo to a scaling jungler where the longer the game goes, once he's able to get his HP items, the tankier he will be. Especially once you get your level 3 ulti plus 3 tank items, Dr. Mundo will be very annoying to play against in the team fights. Combining this with the Titanic Hydra and the Heartsteel that we're gonna build later on, we can literally tank their whole team and deal damage at the same time. Mid lane, another fight happens. Syndra Rengar doing their 1-2 combo. Props on them, must be duo. But you know what? We just need to keep farming and get our items. Our team comp is quite decent. We have Jinx for the late game, and looking at their comp, it should be very much winnable, especially when you get to the later stages of the game. The hardest counter against Mundo is those that can shred, like through HP damage or missing health. Examples of this is Vayne W, or Vayne just hard counters Mundo. Even Kai'Sa is really good against this champion. But looking at this game, they have neither, which is gonna be a very good Mundo game for us. As you could see, even though I'm a tank, I'm just farming my camps because I still need my items. The best time to fight as Mundo is when you have Heartsteel, Titanic, and Armor Boots. A fight happens bot, I have my passive to counter the third skill, and I had to flash the Irelia third since I'm gonna get bursted if I don't do that. Mid lane, another fight. At least a 1-for-1 trade. Pyke is doing his best to help mitigate the damages, and not bad. Gets a good hook off. I think he went for a E-flash hook. Lucian goes down, and this is what you need when playing Dr. Mundo. You need early game champions that can allow you to farm properly. Looking at the minimap, their jungler and Baron lane are both trying to take down our bot tower, looking to go for a trade. That's why in response, we immediately run towards the bot lane so that we can take at least one of their members, and I think Rengar is gonna go for an all-in, try to take down the tower, and seeing that he's low HP, we pop the ultimate. Look at our damage, we just burst him in just 3 hits. Irelia is out of position as well, so we can look for the punish. Akali is also there. We have a lot of damage with our kit, and even though we lose a tower, it's fine because we're able to get 2 kills. Dragon is still a bit far from spawning. That's why we wanna make sure that we're able to get Heartsteel before the second dragon spawns. We go back to our own jungle and do what we do best, which is farm our camps. Titanic Hydra helps us also increase our jungle clear because this item gives us AoE damage which will help clear the camps faster. It may still be a bit clunky for me. It should proc on every auto attack, but maybe Riot changed it a bit to make it work only once every 4 seconds, which is something I'm personally not really a fan of. But I understand them, they can't make it an active ability due to restrictions on the mobile device. Not enough buttons. With this back, we get Heart Steal, which is one of the best tank items right now. Allows us to deal damage based on HP, get HP for ourselves, and gives us a lot of tanky stats. Akali goes in, gets the Syndra. My team is just popping off right now. They don't even need me to peel, and with this pick off, we should be able to get another dragon for free. Dodge the Lux Q plus Irelia ulti. Proc the Heart Steal onto the Lucian. And look at our damage on their carry. Once we have these 2 items, imagine combining Heart Steal passive plus Titanic and my third skill, which deals more damage the more missing HP that I have. This gives us an incredible amount of burst, and at this time, we're also a bit tanky. We get 2 towers at the mid lane, while I get Dragon for my team. Perfect scenario right now. We're able to use our lead well to get more advantages in the map. Once we take the Dragon, we'll just go back to our jungle. Job's not completed yet. I still need my level 13, plus another item. And looking at my next item, this is gonna be Spirit Visage, because this gives us such good synergy with the champion. Increases the Stone Plate shield, ultimate healing, or even running Second Wind and Overgrowth, which are all in harmony, good synergy with each other. So once we complete Spirit Visage, they have Syndra plus Lux. They wouldn't be able to do much, and it also counters the anti-healing that they can buy. Rengar goes bot side. They're just punishing our Jinx right now. I don't know what she's building. She went QSS against Rengar, which is one of the worst situations. Outplays the Annie ult. We try to chase him down, fake our first kill, just run it down instead. Hit him with all of the damage that we have. First kill again for the slow. Pyke getting the kill, but it's fine. Pyke thinks Irelia looking to punish our Annie, but getting him low. In the end, it's a 2-for-1 exchange, plus Pyke gold going to us. Mid lane, they make a good play since they see 3 people bot. They go for inhibitor tower, which is good on their end. They sacrifice their life for it, and in the end, we're able to get an ace. Even though they get our inhi tower, this opens up Baron for us to take. Perfect with Jinx here. She should be the DPS of this. Akali, not the strongest, but playing Dr. Mundo, this should be quite good for us. First kill, deals a lot of damage. Pyke goes around, tries to look for their jungler. We can also use it to block his ulti, and we're able to secure Herald. I think it's worth it because even though we lost mid inhibitor, we get Herald for free, which not only increases our gold, it gives us more stats and pushing powers, which we can use on our next fight. While waiting for them to position, we'll just clear our whole jungle yet again, going for the Wolves, Blue Gromp, and then, as I said earlier, we now reached our power spike, level 13, giving me so much HP on my ulti. Combining this with the Stone Plate, we should be able to tank their entire team for a while. We take the Gromp, top lane tower is up, so we'll just go there. I can go for the face check since I'm already at my power spike. Look at this, like a boss. Passive, ultimate, Stone Plate, tank the Syndra ulti, Lux uses ulti as well. And even though we got chunked a bit, we still have a lot of HP, 3 forts, and since they have no more spells, they have no choice but to go back, and we go for the punish, flashing into the Rengar with 1 HP. After all that, we still have 3 forts HP. We don't even have our Spirit Visage yet, and this goes to show how strong we are right now. A bit of a crazy play happening right now. Annie with her flash. The opponents are just kiting us, and that's something we don't want to happen, but never mind. Pyke looking to go for an opportunity, getting 2 kills for 1 is quite good, and with their ulti up yet again, we'll just dive their tower right now. Look at the damage. Pop, auto attack, go back, reset the aggro, and then go back in. We have our first plus third skill, and take down the Irelia. Even though we missed our first, we still deal a lot of damage with the Titanic Hydra. Another tip about Mundo is that you can use his third skill as an auto attacker set. So you always go auto attack plus third. That way you can go for a double attack, which will increase your overall DPS. If you look at the bottom side, you could see my heart steal stacks. 227 means that I've already gained 227 HP on just proccing my heart steal. So in a team fight, as much as possible, you'd wanna proc a lot of heart steal stacks so that you get free HP. This is why tanks are being a bit more popular again, especially Set and Sion, due to this item. This gives us unlimited scaling and gives us relevancy and tankiness even as the game goes on. The next dragon is up, and of course we want to take this. Start it as soon as it spawns, proc our passive because dragon has knock up. Looking at their position, Rengar is stuck in the right side, so this should be pretty free for us. Position ourselves to smite the dragon and go for a possible team fight. We just need to look for someone that's out of position. In this case, it's a Syndra, but she's able to flash away. It's fine. We already got what we came for, which is the Ocean Soul plus the flash of the Syndra. Ocean Soul is also good. Gives us even more lifesteal. And with Spirit Visage, we would get more overall healing. Then the next item I'm gonna go for, there's two paths that I can take. Number one is Thorn Mail if we need anti-healing. Number two is Randuin's, which means that this item is good against critical users. And looking at their lineup, they have Rengar who does crit. I think is going for the crit build, as well as Lucian. Randuin's giving us HP when critted will benefit us. Really good synergy with the Spirit Visage as well. We're quite fed in this match, so we can just go for all of the face checks that we need. Jinx falls down. Her itemization is not the best, but with them starting Baron, which is quite interesting, since even though we have no AD, we still have a lot of damage. We go in, just zone all of their champions. Pyke and Akali just popping off in the front line. I don't know, their Lucian randomly went in, and here we have Pyke just popping off. No one is noticing him right now, and we're able to win a 3v4, or rather 4v5 team fight. Flash in, give Pyke his penta, and yeah, that's all we need to do with Dr. Mundo. We just need to go in, tank some damage, and wait for my team to carry me. With 5 members down, their bot lane is exposed. I just tanked this tower. Jinx is also up. There might be a possibility that we can just end this game since the tower protection is gone at the 16-minute mark. Opening up the base. Jinx is also rotating towards us, and with 2 cannon minions, their Irelia just spawned. We just go in and straight end it for good. Pyke obviously gets the MVP. He was able to get the penta and help us get our win. 15k damage dealt, 27k damage taken. And look at my second win, 2.4k healed. And this is the potential of Jungle Mundo. All you need to do is tank, wait for your team to clean them up. If the game went a bit longer, we could have gotten even more stacks on Heartsteel. Could have showed you guys how much damage Mundo can do when hitting the squishy targets. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed our Mundo Jungle. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Ciao, ciao. Bye.